We are live. Welcome back, everybody. We are doing 20, 30, probably 30-ish minutes of live side split stretching starting right now. And we do this every single day to practice consistency, build a little bit of community, and help everybody get a little bit closer to their side split goals. I just popped in because I thought I saw somebody pop into the chat, but there's nothing there. So let's keep going. The first thing we're going to do is called the hip car, and it looks a little bit like this. We're trying to move our leg through its full range of motion at the hip level. All right, that's why they're called hip cars. CARS stands for controlled articulated rotation. What we're doing is bring the knee up as high as it can go. I'll show you from the side. Then we're going to open up that leg as wide as it can go, bring up the ankle as high as it can go, and then bring the leg down and back. Down and back looks a little bit like this. This is the leg we're standing straight on. Bring that leg behind the leg. And hold on, I realized that I have not turned on the microphones probably for this. No, I'm connected on everything. All right, let's keep going. Hip cars. Down and back looks a little bit like this. This leg we're standing on, and then this leg, we're trying to flex the hamstring, flex the glutes, pull that leg behind us, feel the stretch in the front in that hip flexor, and that is 1 rep. All right, we're gonna go and cycle through 10 times on each side. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, I'm off balance. 8, 9, and last one, 10. Oh, I fell over. All right. Thank you for popping in. Travel with Roxy. Appreciate you. All right, we're gonna keep going on the other side. Let's go. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. And let's do one more. All right, that is hip cars in the forward direction. We're going to do them in reverse. Same way that you do wrist circles one way, you're going to do wrist circles the other way. Whew. To do that, all the movements are the same. We're just going to do them in reverse order. So instead of going front, we're going to go back. Back, and then we're going to lift that leg to the side like we're going to kick somebody. Then bring that ankle down, bring the knee forward. All right, hip car, back. Let's go. Back, side, ankle, knee. 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 We are warming up for our daily side splits training, and we do this every single day for consistency and a little bit of community, and of course, making progress towards our goals. So if that's interesting to you, hit subscribe, follow, and keep coming back. All right, let's switch to the other side. Back, side, ankle, knee. 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 We are almost done with this warm-up. Moving on to exercise number 2. It is called the elephant walk. What we're going to do is get into this L shape, folding at the hips. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Next, we're going to bend one leg, straighten the other. Stick that butt out behind you. Lean forward. Feel that stretch from the belly button. And by from the belly button, I mean bring the belly button down so that you feel the stretch. All right? From here, I want you to pick a spot between your knee and your ankle, somewhere here. Grab that and open up your chest. So my right leg is straight. I'm opening my chest to the right, and I'm going to stick my arm out. Look at where my hand is pointing to. All right, mark that spot. We're going to try and get further on the next time. Let's switch to the other side. Left side. So right leg is bent, left leg is straight. Grab the left leg, open up the chest to the left. Point your hand up, look at where the hand is, and that is rep number 1. We're going to do 10 total. Let's go. 2. You should notice that your spine is already opening up much more than that first rep. I want you to take your time to feel the hamstring stretch and the glute stretch when you're doing this. It's fun to twist as much as possible, but we want to make sure that we are getting the hamstring stretch and that outer glute stretched as well. All right, this is number 4. If you ever feel like you might not be getting that hamstring stretch or that glute stretch, all you have to do is try to bring your belly button down to the ground, okay? Let's keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, elephant walks are done. That is 2 out of 3 of our warm-up exercises. Number 3 is the Cossack switch. Cossack switch looks a little bit like this. We're going to get into a nice wide-ish stance. Then I want you to keep your knees right above your toes. All right, I'm going to show this to you from directly at the side so you can see what that looks like when I get down into the down position. I want you to drop all your weight down to one side. From here, my knee is right over my toe. I'm going to rotate a little bit more so you can see my knee is over my toe. I'm going to keep rotating so you see my knee is over my toe in all of these different angles. All right. I'm going to go a little bit further so it's still in the same plane. All right. And I want you to get as deep as you can go while keeping the ankle down, the heel down, excuse me. You'll feel the stretch in your ankle, in your Achilles tendon, and you should feel a lot of pressure in that hip. Those are all good things. Relax, hang out here for a couple of seconds while you adjust to it. And I'm gonna scoop back. I want you to notice that this foot, the heel is down and the toes are up. This is called external rotation. The knee is also up and the quads are also up. We're gonna use this position in the side split later, so I'm pointing it out now so you get a little precursor. Okay. What makes the Cossack switch a switch is this movement right here. I don't actually know if this is true, but I like to think that we're switching from side to side, and that's why it's called the Cossack switch. What we're doing is keeping our hips as low as possible and moving to the other side and mirroring that position that we were just in. All right, we're going to do this side to side 5 times. If it's really hard for you to keep your hips low, you can come on up just a little bit, or if you can't do it at all, you can try to come back into a full standing position and do a squat each time. All right? Whatever works for you. I see a couple of comments coming in. I'm going to walk over and check real quick, but I'm going to finish up this last Cossack switch, and that's 5. All right. We have just wrapped up our 3 warm-up exercises. Welcome, everybody. Ooh, a whole bunch of people I've never met. Tila, Red Kitty Me, and Video Shacy. Welcome, welcome. This microphone is very bad. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. We are going to keep going. We just did our 3 warm-up exercises. Let's continue and do our 5 stretches. All right. So the first stretch is a hamstring stretch. And what we're going to do is stand up straight, then take a step forward with a hip we want to stretch, throw the hips back, and get into this position. All right. We want the upper body to be almost horizontal as you can get it. If you're at an angle and you're a little bit higher, that's totally okay. From here, I want you to imagine throwing your hips back that way, as far back as you can. The deeper and further you bring your hips, the more intense of a stretch you'll feel in that hamstring. All right. From here, if you're feeling off balance, we have 2 options. The first one is you can get down on one knee and get back into the same stretch. This lower position helps you with your balance and gives you a little bit more control. If you like this, keep going with this. All right? We're going to continue together in this position. All right. From here, I want you to take a deep breath. Really push that belly button down into the ground. The reason why I keep talking about the belly button is because your chest can be all sorts of places. Your head can be all sorts of places when your belly button doesn't move. So your belly button is the closest to your hips, and that is an easy point for you to focus on when you're working on the stretch, okay? All right, let's bring the belly button down as low as we can. Feel that stretch in the hamstring. We're going to hold that stretch for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Remember to breathe. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh man, hamstring. Super tight. We worked on it. One side is done. Let's switch to the other side. Whew. Come on up. Get back into standing. Take that nice big step forward. Throw the hips back behind you. The further you put your butt, the more intense the hamstring stretch. And if you want, we can drop down to one knee. Make it easier to balance and keep going. Same thing. Belly button to thigh or belly button to the ground. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ooh. All right, hamstring stretch is done. We are done with the first of our 5 stretches. We have 4 left to go. Number 2 is the butterfly. It looks a little bit like this. If you've done a running sport, you've probably done a version of it at some point in your life. We're going to make it a little bit different than usual. We're going to use a back wall. I'm going to rest my back against this door, if I can find where the curtain opens, and I recommend you do the same. What we're going to do is rest our hips, our shoulders, and our head against a wall, and that makes it so that we can focus all of our energy on keeping our legs working and not any energy in keeping the upper back straight. All right? From here, pull the legs in. You'll notice the knees pop up. I want you to use the muscles in the outer thigh, in the glutes, to pull your knees down into the ground, okay? We're going to use muscle power. Open up the hips, open them up, open, 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 open. When they can no longer open, they can't get any closer to the ground, take your hands and apply pressure, all right? Let's go. We're going to hold this steady pressure for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Remember to breathe. I held my breath for a second there. 3, 2, 1, 0. Let the arms go. Relax the muscles in the hip and stick those legs out. Oh, shake them out. And I'm going to crawl forward back to the camera. I think I saw some comments come in. DK Fire, go ahead, ask a question. Do you hear something weird? It sounds fine to me. Does a stretching workout follow on live stream? Okay. Microphone. Atia. Roblox. ProCube. Okay, cool. Yeah, DK Fire, go ahead, ask a question. Whew, okay. While that question comes in, I'll remind you that we do 30-ish minutes of side split stretching and warm up every single day, starting about a couple minutes ago, to practice consistency, build community, and hopefully make a little bit of progress towards our side split goals. I do this every single day, so feel free to hit subscribe, follow, and make sure to get notified so you can come back when we do the next one and you have free time. All right. I think a question just came in. It's a little bit inappropriate. Okay, then maybe don't ask that question. All right. So third exercise that we're going to do is called the standing pancake. A pancake looks a little bit like this. If this is the upper body and this is the lower body, you fold together, and that's a pancake. It's really hard to do because a lot of different muscles have to be very flexible. What we're going to do is a standing pancake. What that looks like is basically this. We're going to spread our legs nice and wide, and then we're going to fold at the hips so that we look like this. Very similar to how we looked when we were doing the hamstring stretch earlier. All right? If this is your first time doing this position and you're not 100% sure how to get into it, I recommend you use a wall behind you. And the reason why I say that is because with a wall, if you lean too far back, you'll fall into the wall and you'll be totally safe. If you lean too far back and you fall backwards from here, you might fall a little bit harder and it might make it so not fun you don't want to do any more pancake stretches. All right, we want to make sure that you feel safe and comfortable. So let's keep going with this standing pancake. If this is your first time, I recommend you take one step away from the wall behind you, so 30 centimeters or so, and start getting into a wide leg position. It should not hurt. It should not be painful. So if you get to a point where it's painful, pause, just come up a little bit, okay? Now, fold at the hips, and that's it. This is the standing pancake. We want to see how deep we can get before we start the timer. If you have the wall behind you, you can imagine sticking your butt out behind you towards the wall so that your butt is touching the wall. Stick the arms out in front of you, and you'll feel that it suddenly got way harder to hold yourself up. All right? This is a perfectly good way to do the next 30 seconds. If you want, you can also grab your leg and pull yourself down with muscle power. Whatever you decide to do, get into position. We're starting 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Put your hands down, crawl forward, pull the legs together, and take a quick break. Congratulations, we have finished 3 of our 5 stretches. We have the pigeon or figure 4 next, and then we're going to be doing a whole bunch of side splits. I'm going to crawl forward and take a look to see if there are any comments to address. And the question is, do you fart when you do yoga? I try not to when there are other people in the room, but if it happens, it happens, right? Part of yoga is twisting the body and compressing and moving. And if you have gas in your stomach, what can you do if it gets squeezed out through all these processes? It is totally normal to have normal body reactions to yoga and to movement. All right. We are done with the first 3, so let's get into the fourth. The fourth exercise is the pigeon or the figure 4, and it looks a little bit like this. We're going to take our ankle, cross it, and bring it up towards the opposite hip. Then we're going to pull our upper body down towards that leg. All right? We should feel the stretch in this outer hip, maybe the inner thigh, and those are all normal. We can do these lying down, or we can do this with our stomach facing the ground. Today, I'm going to do a variation where we're facing the ground, all right? It looks a little bit like this. We drop into this position. Oop. Make sure I'm in camera. And we cross the leg over, all right? From here, we try to bring the hips low to the ground and also our chest low to the ground. And try to relax here in this position. That's it. Take a couple of deep breaths to relax first. See if you can sink deeper. Put your hips deep into the ground. Feel that stretch here in the butt. And now we'll start our timer. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. I encourage you to experiment what happens if you straighten out your back. If you move your back from side to side, if the stretch feels different, if you move your ankle further forward or back, how does that impact the hip? Experiment. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whew. All right, that's one side. Let's switch to the other side. Same thing. We're going to take that leg. We're going to cross it over. We're going to straighten the back leg as much as possible. Drop our chest down as low as we can go. Keep this hip low to the ground. And let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we are done. I hope you felt that stretch here in the glutes and you feel like it was a nice stretch. The pigeon is one of those stretches where every time I do it, I go, oh man, I should definitely spend more time in that position because it's like so comfortable and it feels good when you're doing it. You're like, oh wow, stretching can feel good, right? DK Fire, of course. Have I ever done it in the stream? I honestly don't know. I probably have. I've done like 250 of these, so it seems impossible that over the course of half an hour, over 250 days, that I have not farted. But I hope you do not go through all the lives to find proof that I have farted, because that would be really embarrassing. Although it'd be really good for the Instagram, or sorry, for the for the YouTube algorithm if you went through all the videos and you watched the whole thing. So maybe I do want you to do that. You know what? Yeah, go find my farting. All right. All right. There are a bunch of people on right now. We do 30 minutes of live side splits, stretching every single day for consistency, for building a little bit of community, and apparently talking about farts. And we do this every day so that we have a little bit of fun in our stretching situation, and hopefully helps you make progress in your side splits. All right. We just did our whole entire warm up. We just did all of our stretches except for the final stretch. We are doing 3 rounds of side splits. We're going to hold for 30 seconds each time. And that's it. Let's get going. All right. I'm going to talk about very safe-ish ways to get into the side split so that it's easier for a newer person to get into this position. And the first thing I recommend, and I always recommend, is having a wall behind you. I know this is a curtain, but I promise there are solid doors behind me, and I'm resting my butt against the door. My feet are about 30 centimeters or 1 foot in front of the door, the wall. And from here, you basically have a tripod, right? One leg, your butt, tripod, 3 points. From here, I want you to just stand up. You don't need the wall. You just need to know that if you fall backwards, the wall's there to catch you, all right? And from here, I want you to spread those legs nice and wide. As soon as it gets uncomfortable, pause, stop, and get ready to fold at the hips and get into a push-up position, all right? From here, most of your weight will be in your hands and in your arms, and you'll be able to do something called external rotation of the leg. What that means is, and I'm going to scoot over so I can point to it, is if your foot is flat now, I want you to put all your weight on the heel and point the toes up. Knee up, quads up. So everything about the leg is pointing up, and the heel is down. All right, from here, and I want you to do that on both legs. From here, you have a couple of decisions to make. If this is a really intense stretch for you already and you can't go any further, that's great, stop. You can just hang out here. If you feel like you might want to try to go a little bit further and put a little bit more weight into the split, you can walk your hands slowly back towards your hips. The more weight you put towards your hips, or right above your hips, the more pressure you'll feel in the side split. All right? And that will help bring you down. You should still be folding forward, and your legs should be open wide, and your toes are pointing up. Okay? From here, if this is as far as you can go, great. We're going to start at 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, get back into that Superman hand position, crawl forward, bring the legs together, and come back into a kneeling position. Oh, okay, we're gonna take 30, 40 seconds of break now to let your legs recover a little bit before we go into a second round. So if you figured out that you need to put out some shoes or get some cushioning for your heels, because that hurt a lot, you should probably go do that. Please go ahead and do that. I think I saw some stuff come in, and everything looks okay at the moment. DK4. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel awkward about your messages. You didn't have to retract them. All right. Let's see. We got 20 more seconds of rest where I will talk more about the side splits. The reason why we do the leg external rotation, which is pointing the toes up into the sky, is because the hip and the leg look a little bit like this. This C shape is the hip, and then this weird shape where my wrist is pointing up is what the leg bone looks like. All right. So if we try to get into a side split like this, the leg looks like that. Right. So the top of the leg right here will start to jam into the curve on this C joint thing. All right. And what we get to do when we externally rotate the leg, which is put the heel down and point the toes up, is this leg actually turns like this in that same C shape. And that's why we're able to open up the leg into a side split, but it's much harder to get into it like this. Some people can get into it like this because this bone right here that bunches up, maybe it bunches up here instead of here. And so where it bunches up, it doesn't actually matter. That is a very, 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 very basic overview of the anatomy. And with that, we've taken plenty of time to rest. So let's get into round 2 of side splits. All right. Same thing. Let's step 30 centimeters in front of a wall, or 12 inches. And make sure that you can touch the wall with your butt if you lean back. So if you fall backwards, you know there's a wall behind you. You can't get hurt. All right. From here, spread the legs nice and wide. And when you are here, as soon as you get uncomfortable in this position, I want you to lean forward and catch your body with your hands. This should look a little bit like a push-up, okay? From here, with most of the weight on your hands, I want you to externally rotate the legs. What that means is heel is down, toes are up, knees are up, okay? And as soon as you get into this position, you should notice, if your hips were starting to hurt before you folded forward, that they're able to get into a slightly deeper position and not hurt. And that is because of what I was just talking about. The leg has rotated sideways. I don't know if I can hold that without my hands. Let's try. Yeah, the leg has rotated, and now we're rotated. And okay, great. You get the deal. From here, if you're ready to just keep staying in this position, because that's it for you, fine. If you want to try to get a little bit deeper, walk your hands back and put more weight over your hips. From here, I recommend you try to do a little bit of a wiggle, especially if you now have shoes on or something to cushion you. Do a little bit of a wiggle from side to side. And then, that's it. Try your best to fold forward a little bit at the hips. And we're starting our 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Crawl your hands forward. Get out of that position. Pull the legs together. Get back into kneeling and take a break. Feel free to stand a little bit, shake out the legs, help your legs relax. And we're going to rest for 30 seconds, 40 seconds to give our body a chance to adjust to all that torture we just put it through and put it through another round. If you are somehow just joining in at the very, very tail end of this whole thing, we do 30 minutes of live side split stretching every single day to build consistency, have fun with a community, and hopefully make a little bit of progress towards our side split goals. And with that, I recommend you subscribe or follow so you get notified to come back whenever we do these. And it's time. It's time for the final side split. Let's go. Same thing, if it's your early days in the side split journey, I recommend you stand a foot or 30 centimeters in front of a wall so that if you fall backwards, the wall will catch you. You'll never get hurt. From here, and I'm going to demonstrate everything in front of this wall so that you know what it should look like. All right, from here, spread the legs as wide as they go. As soon as it's uncomfortable, I want you to fold at the hips and get into a push-up position. All right, most of the weight should be in your hands, so your legs should be free to externally rotate. What that means is your heel is down, your toes are up, your knees are up. And from here, I want you to walk your hands back as much as you can. The further you walk your hands back towards your hips, the more weight you're going to put in your hips, and the deeper you'll feel that stress and that tension. And go until you cannot go. Once you are there, where you cannot go further, it's time for our final 30-second side split stretch. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Let's crawl forward, get back out of that position, pull the legs in, and relax. We are finally done. We are all wrapped up. Oh, I'm going to slowly crawl over to my phone so I can prepare my final goodbyes. That's it. That's it. Congratulations. You have wrapped up 30 plus minutes of very intense side split stretching, and you have listened to me ramble on and on about side splits for this entire time. So thank you for being here, and thank you for coming in to practice consistency. Thank you for engaging and participating in the community. If you haven't yet, please feel free to introduce yourself and say hi so I can get a look at the names and I can know who's regularly coming back. That's super helpful for me because, we can have conversations and then I don't have to listen to myself talk and explain the same things over and over again because I never know who's on, right? And I need to make sure that everybody else has got enough information to do the right things. All right. Whew. I'm out of breath. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for coming. We do this every single day, starting about 36 minutes ago, and I hope you come back tomorrow, this week, sometime soon. All right, bye, y'all.